Well, that was a long go live day, but we are in day 9 of the Mama Genius Festival. I got Renee and Tara here today, who are our 2 speakers today. I'm so excited. This hasn't happened yet that we have both speakers on here. This is so exciting. But before we get started with today's event, I know I just did a live on Florida, but I also just want to take a moment of silence and let's send our prayers and positive energy to Florida. So let's just take a deep breath and then close our eyes for just a moment and just, as the song says, from fireworks after a hurricane, there's rainbow. Let's just picture that rainbow for them. Let's just take a deep breath together. Have a moment of silence. And we're sending our love to you and to everything else that is going on in the world. And really, that's what this comes down to, is we do have all these struggles and things, but it's how do we step through them? How do we work past the fear? How do we do some of this stuff? And honestly, it's really hard to do it by ourselves. But I got Renee and Tara to help me today. And that's what this is all about. They're here to help you in figuring out what do you need and the things that you need. So I'm going to turn it over first to Renee, who's going first today, and tell us about what you're going to tell us all about today.
Well, hello. My talk is called Start Your Business Off Right. And I am a professional bookkeeper, and I specialize in helping women business owners get their business finances in order so that they can feel confident and have that clarity in their business. A lot of the time, women have wonderful talents and ideas to share, but we might not have gone to business school or accounting classes. So the business side is what kind of holds us back. And I specialize in helping people feel confident and gaining that empowerment in their business so they can grow it and share their talents even more with the world. So that's my talk today. Has 3 main points of why bookkeeping is the foundation of your business, and some practical tips of what you need to have set up in order to do your bookkeeping. And then have a positive mindset can make all the difference. So that's what I'll be sharing today. And I'm really excited to share that message with all of you.
And that will be at 1 p.m. Central. And then Tara will be after at 2 p.m. Central, if I can swap her over. There we go.
Awesome. So I am doing a talk on staying connected through the teen years. I work with a lot of parents and teens and young adults. And I find that a lot of parents say that, their child used to be this little ray of sunshine. They used to be really close. And then they get into the teen years and they feel super disconnected. They want to advise their kids. And so I'm going to share some ways of supporting your teen so that they can be successful, not just happy. Happy, if you go for it first, means a lot of struggle later. So if we go for self-confident and self-assured and trusting themselves, that will start off a foundation for them to have a really powerful life. But also there's going to be some tips and tools to stay connected and feel like you're not being pushed away by your teen and young adult, and you're still close and fostering that relationship going forward instead of feeling like it's falling apart. So I'm really passionate about that teen year because I feel that is the precipice of them being an adult. And if we do it in a way that supports them, they feel a lot more successful and they trust themselves a lot more. And there's also ways that we can do it that we undermine them. And none of us want to do that. So that's what my talk's going to be about. And I love the fact that Renee is sharing all about bookkeeping and the finance part, because, there's so many of us who need that too. So thanks, Renee.
I have to agree with both of that. I mean, having the teen aspect in there and the bookkeeping today, I think those are you can tell when we're in our zone of genius. And just as we were talking about before I got here, I'm going to put you on the spot, Renee. But Renee was like, I'm not sure I want to speak. And I'm like, I need help with bookkeeping. And so exchanging those zones of genius and helping each other succeed and get to the places that we need to be, because we both need to do those things, but we can get the support from each other to lift us up. And then Tara's in there going, yeah, my 13-year-old, I need help. Please help me, Tara. And so that's what this is all about, is finding things that we need help with and how we can support each other in that. And on that note, I have a prize to give to Ava Hamilton today, who answered our question from yesterday, and she's going to get Introduction Parenting Coach with Mary Gooseberg. And so we're going to connect those two together today to win that prize. And today's question of the day, you're going to go answer that for day 9, is how do we stay connected with other moms for advice and support? I don't know, does Tara Renee want to take that first? Whoever wants to go first?
I'll go. So the easiest way for me is through Voxer. Like, I live a little bit far out, and I know, Renee, you were saying that too. You're probably even more rural than me, but I'm not close to a lot of people, so I don't get together in person. And Voxer is awesome. I have a lot of support systems that, like, they live in other states, even other countries. And so it's really nice to have that. And then you can store it and star it and transcribe it if it's a really great message. So that's fun. And I feel like Voxer really helps in a busy life, because you can leave a message whenever it works for you, and then they can respond whenever it works for them. And I find that really awesome instead of getting on the phone. So
that's awesome. For me, I am the oldest of 4 girls. So I have all younger sisters, and we have become each other's best friends.
Aww.
And it's wonderful. Not everyone has that relationship, so I feel super blessed. We do live relatively close. Like, we can see each other, every couple of months we get together with family and cousins and all of that. But in between, I probably talk to at least 1 or 2 of my sisters every week. So it'll be, I'm walking the dog, I call my sister. I'm doing the dishes, I call my sister, right? So we just help each other out a lot. I also have some neighbors that I go walking with in the morning. So I always wanted to be the get up and exercise in the morning person, and doing it by myself doesn't work. I need another person to come with me. So I set that up and created that support system of, I meet that early in the morning at 5:45, and we go walking for about 45 minutes, and then I come home and get all of our kids off to school, which still in exercise clothes, right? My kids just barely walked out the door. But setting that up, and we just talk about all kinds of things, right? We're just each other's support. It could be things with us, things with our family, things maybe at work, but having that chance to talk with them and get out and move my body, because I don't do it by myself, but I will do it with a friend. Those are my 2 biggest ways that I personally connect with other moms and have support.
Awesome.
I love that so much. And you both gave me such great ideas on, I didn't realize how versatile Voxer was. I mean, I've used a little bit, but not to that degree. And yeah, I used to actually have some walking buddies, Renee, but I haven't had any recently. And I do realize that what I ended up doing instead was joining a pickleball league to get out and get workout. Because I'm the same way. Like, I want to move my body, but unless it's set up for a time. So I suggest finding some of those. But ultimately, the reason why I create the Mama Genius group in the first place was because I was struggling to find the belonging that I wanted, and the degree to growth and things I want to do. Is as I started to do those things, the people around me didn't necessarily, having those conversations became harder and harder. And so I was doing different things with them, but I wasn't finding that space of being able to have those growth conversations and stuff. And I really did feel like I was stuck more in some complaint fests and things. And I just didn't necessarily want to be in that anymore. And so I created this because I wanted to look at motherhood in a different perspective. And I wanted to be able to, yes, we have challenges, we have struggles, but how do we support each other? And as Renee helping me support in the accounting part, right? Tara's going to give us some great advice on the teen aspect of this as well. And how do we put that all together? Because it is so lonely when we get isolated from these different things. And so that's what this is all about, is really to find that way to connect. And honestly, I didn't realize the word advice was in there, but I actually don't like that word anymore. I want to take that out, actually, and rename it to how can we give support and more listening to each other, and just open supportive spaces so people can talk. And a lot of times, the more we do that with our kids, with ourselves, we need to be seen, heard, and witnessed. And then we realize the answer is always here. because what works for Tara may not work for me. But as I listen and I say, does that resonate right here? Is that what this is all about? If the answer is yes, then go with it. But it's the word advice, like we don't necessarily always need the advice per se. We need to know, we need direction and things like that at times, yes. But I feel like the word, we're always worried about what are we going to say to the person in front of us. Instead, worry about what are they saying to us and how can we listen and be supportive to them. So let's just reverse that a little bit. And actually, I might even rewrite that question a little bit today.
I love the word space, right? Can we give each other space? Because that provides a listening and a supportive environment, right? Like everybody
I love that.
have the space to be seen and heard.
Yeah. So how can we, I love that. How can we create more supportive space for each other? And how do we do it? And what kind of conversations do we want to have? And again, that's where the boundaries come into place, is what kind of growth do you want as a person, who's around you? And sometimes it's not that you necessarily have to change people. It just might, you change the type of conversation you have. So it wasn't that I was saying like, I don't need to see these people anymore. It was just like, I'm changing the type of conversation or how much I'm sharing or what I'm doing in that conversation, so that I don't feel like drained from it. The key is, are these people supporting you or are you feeling drained at the conversation? Because think about it though, because sometimes you don't even realize and you're like, oh my God, that was just so hard. Like, why did I even go out tonight? Like that did not lift my cup off. So I'm like, all I want to do is go to bed, and I should feel like I got out from the kids, I got away, and now you're like, that wasn't what I thought it would be. And so those are the things to really think about when you're looking for your support. And I love that Renee has a sister bond, and you have it, cherishing that, putting the work in, putting the time in, as you said, like when sitting out when you talk to your sister, all those things are part of the support community. And again, if you feel like that's something you're missing, come inside the festival today. Come see what these two have to say, and let's start supporting each other inside here and supporting each other in motherhood and figuring out what do we need to do in our own mothering for each kid, because it's all different. Stop the comparisons and let's help support each other figure out what we need to do from here. And that's what this is all about. So we hope you come join us inside the festival today. And we're on day 9 already. Wow, we're moving through this. It's going to go so quickly, but I want everyone to feel supported. And thank you, Renee. Thank you, Tara, for joining me today. And get inside the group and watch them today. Bye, everyone. Any final words, Renee or Tara, before we leave? As I hit end.
That's perfect.
That was great. Come and join us.
Come join us. Bye, everyone.